Certain civilizations have risen to prominence and left an indelible mark on the world. These were not just powerful empires, they were centers of innovation, philosophy, governance, architecture, and thought. They shaped languages, sciences, religions, and the very structure of societies that followed. In this video, we journey through time to explore 10 great civilizations that changed the course of history. From the river valleys of Mesopotamia to the mighty engines of empire in Rome and Britain, each left behind a legacy that still echoes in our modern world. Let's begin where civilization itself was born. Ancient Egypt, masters of time and stone narrator. To the west of Mesopotamia, along the Nile River, arose ancient Egypt, a civilization renowned for its longevity, stability, and monumental architecture. From around 3100 BCE to 30 BCE, Egypt flourished under the rule of pharaohs, building a culture centered on religion, science, and the afterlife. Key contributions: pyramids and temples. Engineering marvels like the Great Pyramid of Giza and Karnak Temple. Hieroglyphics, a complex writing system combining symbols and phonetics. Advances in medicine, surgical practices, anatomy, and pharmaceuticals based on papyrus texts. A solar calendar, a 365-day calendar that closely resembles ours today. The Egyptians believed in continuity, harmony, and balance. Their achievements in mathematics, medicine, and architecture stood the test of time and continue to inspire awe even now. Hindu Temple. The Indus Valley Civilization, a hidden marvel narrator. Often overshadowed by its western neighbors, the Indus Valley Civilization, also known as the Harappan Civilization, thrived around 2600 to 1900 BCE in what is now Pakistan and northwest India. Though much of its script remains undeciphered, archaeologists have unearthed vast cities like Mohenjo-daro and Harappa, evidence of a highly organized society. Key contributions: urban planning, grid-pattern cities, advanced drainage systems, and public baths. Standardized weights and measures, indicating a strong sense of trade and governance. Sanitation systems, more advanced than many later civilizations. Nonviolence, the absence of clear weapons or warfare indicators suggests a peaceful culture. Narrator, the Indus people valued order, cleanliness, and commerce. Though much remains a mystery, their legacy proves that advanced civilization was not confined to the West. Ancient China, the eternal empire narrator. One of the world's oldest continuous civilizations, ancient China emerged along the Yellow River over 3,000 years ago. From the early Shang and Zhou dynasties to the might of the Han and Tang, China profoundly influenced philosophy, science, and governance. China's emphasis on harmony, scholarship, and centralized rule created a model for governance that endured for centuries. Its intellectual and technological innovations remain integral to the fabric of global civilization. While other civilizations built empires, the Greeks built ideas that continue to shape politics, science, art, and philosophy to this day. From around 800 to 146 BCE, ancient Greece flourished in city-states like Athens and Sparta. Though often divided politically, they were united by culture, religion, and language. Key contributions: democracy. Athens introduced the concept of citizens voting on laws. Philosophy. Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle explored logic, ethics, and metaphysics. The Olympic Games, an athletic tradition that continues to this day. Mathematics and science, with thinkers like Pythagoras, Archimedes, and Hippocrates. Theater and literature, epic works like Homer's Iliad and the tragedies of Sophocles. Ancient Greece laid the intellectual foundation for Western civilization. Its exploration of human nature, governance, and reason became the pillars of the modern world. Emerging from the ashes of monarchy, Rome transformed from a republic into one of the greatest empires in history. At its height, the Roman Empire ruled over 50 million people and stretched from Britain to Egypt. Key contributions: republican government and Roman law. Concepts like the Senate, citizenship, and legal rights still influence modern systems. Engineering and architecture, aqueducts, roads, amphitheaters, and the iconic Colosseum. Latin language, the root of Romance languages and much of modern legal and scientific terminology. The spread of Christianity, which would become one of the world's major religions. Pax Romana, 200 years of relative peace and stability that enabled trade, innovation, and cultural exchange. Narrator, Rome didn't just conquer land, it unified it under laws, infrastructure, and ideas. Even after its fall, the Roman legacy endured in the East through Byzantium, and in the West through the Holy Roman Empire and modern governments. From the 8th to the 14th century, the Islamic world experienced a golden age that radiated across Asia, Africa, and Europe. Centered in cities like Baghdad, Cordoba, and Cairo, this civilization brought together knowledge from Greece, Persia, India, and beyond, then expanded upon it. Key contributions: science and mathematics, algebra from Al-Khwarizmi, advances in optics, astronomy, and medicine, preservation of classical knowledge. Islamic scholars translated and preserved texts by Aristotle, Galen, and others. Architecture, stunning mosques, intricate calligraphy, and geometric art. Philosophy and literature, figures like Avicenna, Ibn Sina, and Averroes, Ibn Rushd blended reason and faith. Libraries and universities. Institutions like the House of Wisdom in Baghdad were centers of learning. The Islamic Golden Age shaped the Renaissance, introduced Arabic numerals to Europe, and bridged the ancient and modern worlds through scholarship. Its legacy reminds us of the power of knowledge to transcend borders. In the 13th century, a force from the steppes of Central Asia changed the world. Led by Genghis Khan, the Mongols created the largest contiguous land empire in history, stretching from Korea to Eastern Europe. Though often remembered for their brutality, the Mongols also brought unprecedented connectivity and cultural exchange. Key contributions: unified Eurasia under one rule, enabling trade, diplomacy, and movement across vast distances. The Maya were masters of time, sky, and stone. Their legacy lives on not only in ruins, but in the millions of modern Maya people who preserve elements of their culture today. By the late 18th century, a new kind of empire was emerging, driven by industry, commerce, and colonial expansion. At its height, the British Empire was the largest in history, ruling over nearly a quarter of the world's population and landmass. From London to New Delhi, from Sydney to Cape Town, the sun truly never set on the British Empire. Britain led the world into the modern industrial age, transforming economies and societies. The English language, now a global lingua franca, spoken on every continent. Parliamentary democracy and common law, systems adopted or adapted by many nations. Global trade networks, a web of commerce, transport, and communication spanning the globe. Science and exploration, major contributions to biology, physics, engineering, and geography. But the empire's legacy is also complex, marked by colonial exploitation, resistance movements, and deep cultural transformations. The end of the empire did not erase its influence. It merely changed its form. Today, many former colonies remain part of the Commonwealth, reflecting shared histories, languages, and political ties. 10 civilizations, thousands of years, countless contributions. Each of these societies shaped the world not only through conquest and power, but through ideas, innovation, and imagination. From the first written word in Mesopotamia to the global reach of the British Empire, they changed how we live, think, and govern ourselves. They remind us that civilization is more than stone and steel. It is knowledge passed down, values upheld, and dreams imagined. As we look to the future, we stand on the shoulders of these giants, forever shaped by the legacies they left behind.